Welcome to day 126 of our school year. We have 54 school days left. Let's go ahead and get our beginning fraction down. We have a total of 180 school days. And we are on day 126. So let's find our factors for our numerator, 126. Two factors we always know are 1 and the number itself. Using the commutative property of multiplication, I can also write it as 126 times 1. Next, we're going to use our divisibility rules to find all our factors. We're going to go in order so we don't miss any possible factors. So in order after 1 we try 2. The rule for 2 is that it ends in an even number. It does end in an even number, so 2 is a factor. 2 times 63, 63 times 2. Next we try 3. The rule for 3, we add the digits together. So 1 plus 2 plus 6. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 6 is 9. 9 is a multiple of 3, so 3 is a factor. 3 times 42, 42 times 3. Next we try 4. The rule for 4, we look at the last two digits. We have 26. 26 is not a multiple of 4. 24 is and 28 is, but not 26. Also, you could look at the second factor with 2. It is odd, so 4 is not a factor. We try 5. The rule for 5 is that it ends in a 0, 5. It ends in a 6, so 5 is not a factor. We try 6. The rule for 6 is that both 2 and 3 are factors. They are both factors, so 6 is a factor. 6 times 21, 21 times 6. Okay, next we try 7. 7 times 10 is 70, 77, 84, 91, 98, 105, 112, 119, 126. Yes, 7 is a factor. 7 times, let's see, 18. 18 times 7. Next we try 8. 8 times 10 is 80, 88, 96, 104, 112, 120, 128. 126 is not in that list, so 8 is not a factor. We try 9. 9 has the same rule as 3. We add the digits together. 1 plus 2 plus 6 is 9. 9 is a multiple of 9, so 9 is a factor. Let's see, I'm going to write it up here. 9 times 14 and 14 times 9. So we just need to check our factors between 9 and 14. We only check counting or natural numbers. So next we try 10. The rule for 10 is that it ends in a 0. It does not end in a 0, so 10 is not a factor. We try 11. 11 times 10 is 110, 121, 132. So 11 is not a factor. We try 12. 12 times 10 is 120, 132. 126 is not in that list, so 12 is not a factor. We try 13. 13, 26, 39, 52, 65, 78, 91, 104, 117, 130. 126 is not in that list, so 13 is not a factor. Then we get to 14, and we are done. So let's go ahead and list our factors from least to greatest. I ran out of room here, so I'm going to use my space up above. So I have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 9, 14, 18, 21, 42, 63, 126. That is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 factors. That is more than 2 factors, so it is composite. Now we have to figure out what our greatest common factor is. Well, with 54 school days left, I cannot make a group of 126 or a group of 63. So let's try 42. Now your groups of 42 do not have to look like mine, but you do have to have 42 in each group. And you need to keep your shaded separate from your unshaded. So here I have 8 plus 30 is 38, plus 4 is 42. 6 plus 30 is 36, plus 6 is 42. 4 plus 30 is 34, plus 8 is 32, or 42, I'm sorry. 38 plus 8, 34 plus 8 is 42. I have 12 left over, so 42 is not our greatest common factor. Okay, let's try groups of 21. 20 plus 1, 19 plus 2, 18 plus 3, 17 plus 4, 16 plus 5, 15 plus 6, 14 plus 7, 13 plus 8, and I have 12 left over, so that means that 21 is not our greatest common factor. Okay, let's try 18. 8 plus 10 is 18. 12 plus 6 is 18. 14 plus 4 is 18. 16 plus 2 is 18. 8 plus 10 is 18. 10 plus 8 is 18. 12 plus 6 is 18. 14 plus 4 is 18. 16 plus 2 is 18. And 8 plus 10 is 18. So I found our greatest common factor. It is 18. Okay, let's count up our total groups of 18. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 groups of 18. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 groups that are shaded in. Now 10 is one of those numbers that I can multiply by something to make 100. And whenever I make 100, we use the word cent for 100. Century is 100 years. There are 100 cents in a dollar. So if we want to make percent through 100%, we need to make that denominator 100. I can do that by multiplying both by 10. 7 times 10 is 70. And that is the same as 70 hundredths, or 7 tenths. And that is 70 per 100, 70%. So it is 70% of the school year completed. As of today, we have 30% of the school year left. So now that we've done our division with our model, let's go ahead and prove it with our algorithm. We're going to divide both by our greatest common factor of 18. So 180, we're going to divide by 18. And 126, we're going to divide by 18. 18 times 10, well, the placeholder moves it over a place. 1 times 18 is 18. Numbers the same, zeros a game. We get 10. Let's see, let's try 2 times 18. 2 times 18, well, 8, double 8, I get 16, double 10, I get 20, so I get 36. Numbers the same, zeros a game. And then here I just have 12, take away 3, which is 9. Okay, I'm going to do another group of 2, because I know that's 36. More on the floor, go next door, regroup 10 more. 10 take away 6 is 4, 8 take away 3 is 5. I'm going to do another group of 36. More on the floor, go next door, regroup 10 more. 14 take away 6 is 8, 4 take away 3 is 1. I have one more group of 18 to take out of 18, numbers the same, zeros a game. Add these up, 2, 4, 6 plus 1 is 7. Now we still need to check divisor times quotient plus remainder. Divisor times quotient plus remainder. Since our remainder is 0 for both, and our identity property of addition says when you add 0 it stays the same, we don't need to actually take the time to add 0. Now, even though I said 18 times 10 and 18 times 7, I can use my commutative property and have 10 as the multiplier and 7 as the multiplier to make this easier. Because when I multiply by 10, it just moves it over a place. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 1 is 1. 7 groups of 8 is 56. 7 groups of 10 is 70, plus 5 more is 120, because 7 tenths plus 5 tenths is 12 tenths. So 126, that matches our dividend up here, so it checks. 180, that matches our dividend up here, so that checks. So that means our numerator is definitely 7, and our denominator is definitely 10. Okay, let's go ahead and fill in our data collection page. We are in trimester 3, week 1. Today is 3/12/2020. Our fraction for today is 7 tenths, which is equivalent to 7 tenths, which is equivalent to 70 hundredths, which is equivalent to 70%. We have completed 70% of the school year. We have 30% left to do. Let's go ahead and get out our number line. We did groups of 18. Okay, last one we have is 5 tenths. Then we have 6 tenths. And the simplest form for that one was 3/5. It's also equivalent to 12 20ths, 18 30ths, 27 45ths, 36 60ths, 54 90ths. And then today is 7 tenths. There's no line below it because it is our simplest form or equivalent fraction in lowest terms. But there is an equivalent fraction in the 9s, in the 6s, in the 3s, and the 2s. 2, 3, 6, and 9 are all common factors, but 18 was our greatest common factor. All right, let's go ahead and put your number line away, erase your worksheet, and thank you for joining me.